Hi, this is Brock Brandenburg with Berg Design, and I'm going to give you a brief, fast-paced demo of Bevy, our unique new application launcher for Mac OS X. Now, Bevy is an application launcher that displays all of your app icons organized within a single window that's hidden until needed. Unlike other icon-based launchers, Bevy is designed to be automatic and to eliminate the constant fidgeting with icons like you do with the dock and other launchers. To make this possible, Bevy automatically searches for apps inside a customizable list of folders, then neatly organizes their icons into groups based on those folders. We'll come back to these folders in just a minute. Bevy is designed to be invisible until it's needed, at which time it can be instantly revealed using a variety of methods. The first method is clicking on Bevy's dock icon. Click once on the dock icon to show Bevy's window, then click an app icon to launch that app, and Bevy will automatically hide. This toggling of Bevy's window works with any of the available methods. Click once to show, click again to hide. The second method is clicking on Bevy's icon in the status bar. Again, click to show, click again to hide. The third method is assigning a hotkey. By default, this hotkey is Control-Tab, but you can open Bevy's preferences and make it anything you'd like. Press the key once to show Bevy, press again to hide. And the fourth method is using a cursor hotspot in either a corner or edge of the screen to show and hide Bevy with just a flick of your cursor. This method works great with Expose when you want to drag and drop a document. I use a bottom corner of the screen to reveal the desktop and a top corner for Bevy. I simply flick to one corner to reveal the desktop, grab my file, then flick to the other corner to reveal Bevy and drop the file on the app of my choice. Of course, you can enable, change, and disable any of these methods in Bevy's preferences. For example, you could choose to disable Bevy's dock icon and main menu bar so that it becomes a background-only application and no longer shows up in the System App Switcher. That's the one that shows when you press Command-Tab. Or you could choose to turn off the status bar icon and just use a hotkey or a cursor hotspot. It's your choice. One quick note here. As I showed earlier, Bevy works very nicely with spaces, but you do need to make a simple change to Spaces preferences for it to work its best. Simply open Spaces Preferences pane and assign Bevy to every space. Another option that you may consider enabling is the Switch to a Space with Open Windows option that you see at the bottom of Spaces Preference pane. This is an option that's completely independent of Bevy, but it makes application switching just feel right by making sure you always get an app window when switching apps and not just an empty screen with only the app's menu bar on it. Now for search folders. Each one of the groups in Bevy's window represents a folder in the search folder list. Folders with a question mark are folders that do not yet exist, while folders with normal folder icons are folders that were found. You can use the plus and minus buttons to add and delete folders from this list, or you can drag a folder from the Finder to add it. And you can drag the folders around to reorder the list, which also reorders the groups in Bevy's window. Now, if you add a folder that is a subfolder of an already listed folder, Bevy will create a new group for that subfolder and no longer list the icons in the group that's associated with the parent folder. The Applications/Utilities folder is a great example of this. Now, by default, Bevy's window may look like a big sea of icons, and I know you're thinking, how will I ever find what I'm looking for? Well, that's where key filtering comes in. Simply tap a key that represents a significant letter in an app's name, and Bevy highlights matching applications. Tap another letter to change the filtering, or tap the spacebar to clear the filter. This icon highlighting also works with drag and drop. Simply shift Bevy's window to the side, grab an icon, and drag back to Bevy's window to highlight only those apps that can open the file. And if you hit the Command key while dragging, Bevy will highlight all the apps that can accept the file. The difference here is that some apps, like Mail, can't open an image, but they can accept one as an attachment. The operating system makes this distinction, and Bevy supports it to make locating your apps that much easier. Bevy also supports drag and drop to the status bar icon. Simply grab a file and drag to the status bar icon. Bevy's window pops open, then drag the file to the desired app icon. Having now seen a little bit about Bevy, you may realize that Bevy has a slightly different philosophy than other app launchers. Rather than adding items to a launcher, Bevy automatically includes everything and allows you to exclude the items that you don't want. By doing this, Bevy can automatically show you any new items without you having to do anything. Bevy does it for you. By default, Bevy includes every app that it finds inside the search folders, but there are a number of items that you probably don't care about, so Bevy allows you to exclude these items in a couple of different ways. First, Bevy can auto-exclude apps by matching names that contain strings that are commonly associated with rarely used apps, like installers and updaters. Second, you can manually exclude icons one by one by either shift-clicking on an icon or by right-clicking in an icon and choosing Exclude from the contextual menu. Well, that about concludes the run-through for now. We have a great list of additions coming to Bevy in future releases, including custom user sorting and grouping. Plus, some of the new sorting methods we're adding should really knock your socks off, so stick with us. We welcome you to download and try out Bevy, and to read through the built-in user guide for more information. Thanks for watching.